Okay. Good evening, everyone. Can someone confirm you can hear me clearly?
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, I can hear
Okay.
you well.
All right. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. And for those who don't know me, my name is Azizat Olanrewaju, and I am the community manager for ProDevs. And I'm happy to welcome each and everyone here today for this event. So we're going to be going on a journey that's not only going to reshape your tech career, but help you in one way or the other. So what the topic is about, it's building a successful career in the ever-evolving tech space. So today's topic is important because it's not only going to help us, just like I mentioned, and we all understand that the technology is evolving very fast, and most techies are getting left behind because they don't really know how to catch up. And that means, despite how lucrative tech can be, they are barely, how will I put it, thriving. So, and or still far away from, let's say, reaching their dream job. So, we're going to be touching on three key areas. Let me get my charter. That's creating a resilient career and creating a resilient career path that stands strong in the face of the rapid tech changes. We're going to be talking about you staying relevant in your choosing tech field and also leveraging new opportunities and identifying emerging opportunities as well. So here's where my host, our speaker, sorry, I'm the host. Here's where our speaker will come in. So let's welcome everyone. Let's welcome Ellen Okereke. She brings a wealth of experience to the table as a trailblazing software and robotic engineer. Journey in the tech world is nothing, let me say, short of inspiring. And today she's here to share her insight with all of us on how to be part of the 1% in the tech industry. Let me put it that way. So let me know. Let me not bore you all too long because I know why we are all here. I'll just pass on the mic to Ellen. Ellen, thank you so much for joining us, and you can start now. Please let's react and let her know that we are here for her and we want to hear what she has to say to us. Please let the reactions roll in.
All right, good evening, everyone. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you, but we can't see you. We'd love to see
Okay.
the face behind Ellen Okereke.
Okay.
Okay. Ellen, can you unmute? We can't hear anything.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. We can.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, can you see me? Okay. Okay, I'm not really going to be talking with my camera on, so just to say hi to you people and yeah. All right, so this is really going to be like an interactive session. We just get to talk together and yeah, so building a successful career in the ever evolving tech space. So the word ever evolving, like the tech world is growing at each time. Okay, so the former things we knew are no longer the things we know now because the things get to be changing. Okay, but then how do you build a successful career in this tech space? Most times, some people want to start their career and they want to go into UI UX. Their friends just tell them that, why are you going into UI UX? You are not going to be making money because that part is already phasing away. Go into fields like machine learning, AI, and AI is getting everybody high and all that. So, but does that mean that those doing UI UX, web development, and all those other fields, does that mean that they are irrelevant right now? So this is what we are going to be talking about, and it's going to be an interactive session. So thank you. All right, thank you so much for having me here, Aziza, right? Thank you so much. And thank you all. So like you all heard, my name is Helen Okereke, and I'm a software developer, a software robotics developer. So I've been in the tech space for like 5 years, and I've pretty had a little bit of experience, yeah. So from my little experience, I'm going to be talking to you tonight, and I hope I'm going to impact some people here. So how do you build a successful career in tech? First of all, how do you build a successful career in tech? First, you have to choose a path that you can sustain. That's it. You have to choose a path that you can sustain. Forget all these things that anybody is telling you. Don't go into UI UX, don't go into web development, mobile app development is phasing off and all that. Just go into the path where you can sustain, where you know you really have passion for. Some people have passion for designs, but they are going into coding because everybody is crazy about coding. And in less than 3 months, they give up because that's not their thing. They just give up. So does that mean that there is no part in tech that is for them? No. But because of the things they hear, they feel like they are going to be left out and all that. But the truth is that you are only going to be left out if you want to be left out. That's it. So, all right. Now, don't choose a path because of how much money they have. Sometimes you want to choose a path because you heard they are making a lot of money and all that. Like there's this classmate I have in school back then. I think one day they just posted in our class group that a company is looking for a Kotlin developer and the salary is like 700K every month. The next week we came to school, we saw this guy was very serious learning Kotlin. Like so he wanted to learn Kotlin because he feels like there is an opportunity there. This job, look at, they are going to be paying someone who is using Kotlin 700K, and the guy wanted to learn it. So that was a wrong way to start learning actually. So do not start learning a particular tech path because of how much money you think that they are making or something. Then don't choose a path because it is raining. Don't choose a path because it is raining. Some people get to choose a tech path because they feel like everybody is crazy about this path. That's the raining path. Like machine learning is raining now, blockchain is raining now, AI and all that. So you get to choose your career based on the fact that you want to belong, you want to be part of the people reigning, you want to say you are a machine learning engineer and everybody will bow for you and all that. Then don't choose a path because of your friend. Maybe you want to follow your friend and do the same thing your friend is doing and all that, and then you get to choose a path. We have different places that we are good at. That's just the truth. Just like me, I don't like anything design. That's just in me. I can't even see any color and tell you it's fine or anything. So how am I going to do design? So I just prefer back or stuff like that. So that's where my strength lies. Everybody has their own strengths, and you should be able to identify that for you to go into the particular tech field that you will do well in, where you can sustain, not just after doing UI UX for like 1 month, you decide to switch to robotics, a whole different stuff. And then after switching to robotics for like 2 months, you decide that, oh, this is not really your thing. Then you go to machine learning. You will just be floating like that. And at the end, you don't have any particular part where you're good in. You're just floating. All right. So choose a path where you have passion and the path that you can sustain. Ask yourself, can I really continue working here if I'm to choose this path? Can I really do this, or am I going to give up at some point because I don't have the passion? And the truth is that when you have passion for something, the passion drives you. That's it. So I'm pointing out the word passion because even in this part of coding, when you come in, you're going to encounter a lot of things. So, but for you to be resilient, you must have that passion. Even when you kind of decide to give up or take a break, if you have the passion will always bring you back. But if you don't have the passion, you can't do that thing. You can't be resilient. You can't continue. You can't endure in the face of trouble. So that's why you need to have the passion for any field you want to go into. All right. So how do you build a successful career in this ever evolving tech space? The first one is to embrace lifelong learning. Embrace lifelong learning. Even if you decide to start your career in any way you want, but the thing is, make sure you keep upskilling yourself. Make sure you keep learning. Some people are just so static that even when new technologies are coming out, they don't want to learn. They don't want to know anything about it. They don't want to have anything to do with it. That's very wrong. Embrace lifelong learning. Why new technologies are coming out, just like AI and all that, everybody's crazy about AI. Nobody is saying you should leave your path and go and focus on AI. But just kind of obscure yourself. Learn what this AI is all about. Learn about it. Learn how you can use it to help yourself in your career. Not that you're going to leave your UI, UX, or your web development to go and start doing machine learning and AI and all that. But learn how you can use AI to be more productive. So I'm just going to give an example. It's just like when ChatGPT came out and all this generative AI, these technical writers, some technical writers will be like, I don't use ChatGPT, I don't use any of this generative AI, but then they have not cooled down to actually understand the need for this generative AI, why it's there. And the thing is that it will help you to be more productive. Not that you're just going to go there and tell ChatGPT, do this, do this, do this for you. Even if you go to ChatGPT and tell it to do this for you, you'll see that anyone who looks at it will still know it's ChatGPT that generated it for you. But it can help you. Instead of you to start a whole project from scratch, you can use the generative AI, and then with your knowledge, you can modify the things it's giving you, and it will become perfect. So it's a tool to help you, and you have to embrace why these technologies are coming out, why these tools are coming out. You have to embrace it. You have to step up, upskill yourself, learn how to use it. Okay, so continuously learn, stay updated with new technologies. How do you know about these new technologies? Take courses, take online courses, attend workshops, attend events. This is how you learn about new technologies. Trust me, there are some technologies that you may not even know about. But then when you attend workshops or events, they are going to talk about it there. And you learn about that technology. You learn about how to use it to work on your own career. Then you need to also join tech communities, forums, and meetups. Join tech communities. The truth is that if you want to excel in tech, the journey is not a one-man thing. It's not something that you can do alone. It's something that you need to involve yourself with people. Join communities, attend meetups. Make sure you identify yourself with people so that if you have any issue, you can wake somebody up at night. You have a friend who you can talk to at night about this particular issue, and you won't be all alone. So if you are a software developer here, you will actually understand. Sometimes you get a bug that you can't even wrap around your head. Do you know that sometimes actually telling a friend about that bug will help you know what to do? It will help you know how to solve it. And then with the friend's help, the friend can also help you solve the bug. But then if you don't have anyone around you who you can talk to in this kind of occasion, you deal with it for like a week, 2 weeks. Some even deal with bugs for like 2 months, but at the end they give up. They tell you programming is not their thing because you're trying to do it alone and all that. So you need to build a community around yourself, people you can talk to and all that. All right, so develop a growth mindset. Just like what I said, make sure you have a growth mindset, a mind that is ready to adapt to new changes. This is the kind of mind that companies are looking out for. A mind that is ready to adapt to new changes, not becoming so hostile and insecure about new technologies coming out, because new technologies are going to be coming out definitely. So you have to have that growth mindset on how you can use it to build yourself and others. So embrace challenges, learn from failures. Some people don't want to take up challenging projects. They just want to be taking their baby steps and all that. So embrace challenges and learn from failures. Don't be afraid of failing. Yeah, don't be afraid of failing. Embrace challenges, learn from failure. You should even be happy to fail because you will learn from it. Okay. Then seek feedback for personal and professional development. Get a mentor and maintain resilience. Make sure you have a mentor. Make sure you have a mentor. So even if you don't have a mentor, make sure you build that community around you. So there are some mistakes that you cannot make because you have a mentor. All right, let me just give an instance. It's just like some people who are actually growing in their tech career. You see that sometimes you get a job because you are so desperate to work and all that. You see that there are certain things you're supposed to look out for in that particular job, but because you're desperate, you didn't look out for those things. And at the end, when you enter into that job, they are going to frustrate you. And at the end, what they are paying you is nothing. So it is the duty of your mentor to kind of give you guidance on things like this. This is the kind of thing you talk to your mentor about, and your mentor will give you guidance on this. Guidance on the kind of amount to collect on a particular project. Some people will go and some people without any meaningful experience, they will go and call a very huge amount for a recruiter who is not even going to consider you twice. So, but it's the work of your mentor to kind of give you to kind of give you guidance on these things to do and all that. So that's why you need a mentor to guide you, so that certain mistakes you're supposed to make, you won't be making it. All right, then build a strong professional brand. This is very important. Make sure you build your own personal brand. Make sure you invest in your own self. Invest in learning no matter what. Even if you're working, you're so busy, invest in your own professional brand, in building your own self. You go to LinkedIn and you see all these people trying to post about their journey and all that. You think they are crazy. No, they are building their own brand. At least when you go to their page, you will see the things they have been doing. You will see the kind of things they are interested in. You will see a whole lot in their portfolio, what they've been building, what they've been involved in, and all that. You cannot be in your house and show yourself to people. You cannot just hide what you do and people will know about you. So make sure you take your personal branding so serious. And some people they go to all these social media platforms, and then today they post something about tech, tomorrow they post fish, next tomorrow they post or any other thing they feel like posting. When someone goes to your page, the person is even confused. What exactly are you doing? You are into tech, you are into farming, you are into selling feed, you are into selling hairs and all those things. What exactly are you doing? So make sure you kind of give yourself that professional brand. If you're building your career in tech, you're posting on your social medias, just posting everything around your journey in tech. Make sure you actually post things related to one aspect where you're building your brand. Don't get someone who is visiting your page confused. So actually putting yourself out there like this will help. Okay, so putting yourself out there will help people who come to your page to actually know you and know what you are doing. I know the connections I've been able to make because of my profile on the internet, because of the person I've built on the internet. So it's just like the recent program that I kind of organized in celebration of the International Women's Day to help to just celebrate women while inspiring other women and others. When I was organizing, it was going to kind of be a big program, and it's not something I could do alone. I started reaching out to people, and um, yeah, it wasn't so difficult for me. It wasn't so difficult for me receiving help from people. You know why? Because of the person I've branded myself to be. So when I reach out to them, okay, they already know the name Helen. They've been seeing Helen on LinkedIn, they've been seeing Helen on Twitter, and the things Helen used to do. That was one of the things that made them to be able to trust me and invest in that idea of mine. If I was just building in my house, keeping it up to myself and all that, probably they wouldn't even look at me twice. But this is one of the importance of personal branding. You get to network with people, you get to get opportunities, new opportunities because of the brand you've built. All right, so showcase your expertise, your accomplishments, network with people online. Make sure you put yourself out there, showcase your expertise. If there's any new thing you build, any new project, you can just show it online. This is what I built, this is what I did. Yeah, it will help you a lot. If you accomplish any new thing, if you actually accomplish any new thing, yeah, you can post it there. It helps you. It's helping your personal brand and all that. Okay, then another way is to cultivate or build soft skills. Most developers, especially, they think it's all about staying in your house and then you are a developer, right? You can code and all that. You are just in your house coding. You don't talk to anybody. You don't. Some even tell you they are introverts. They don't talk to anybody. They don't network with anybody online and all that. It doesn't make any sense. So, and some people are actually getting to realize this late. So they are getting to realize this late. They think it's all about just staying in your room and coding. Make sure you build your soft skills. What do I mean by soft skills? Aside from your coding skills, you have communication skills. Teamwork is a soft skill. Leadership is a soft skill. Adaptability is a soft skill. So these are the things that will actually help recruiters get you. If you have a good communication skill, not someone who can't even communicate well. When working in a team, you can't even communicate well and all that. You can't you can't work well in a team. You can't build a good team. There's no need, because most of the projects you're going to be doing for companies, you're not going to be doing it alone. You're going to be working in a team. So if you don't have that teamwork skill, how are you going to cope? So I can remember sometime when during my studies, when I was attending a computer school where I learned coding and all that. We were asked to do a project and we were paired in a team. So our team was kind of a team of 5, and I handled the back end. Someone handled the front end, and I was the one that handled the back end. Then on the day when we are supposed to defend the project, something happened. So I wasn't going to be around for the project defense. I left and I gave them my code. Do you know what? Nobody understood my code. Nobody in the team understood what I did. They couldn't even defend because nobody understood what I did there. And it doesn't make any sense. So if you have that good team skill, for you to be able to work in a team, first of all, you should be able to have good communication skill, which I didn't have, because the people in my team are supposed to know exactly what I'm doing, so that even if I'm not there, they can be able to defend that project because they were part of the people that built it. But that is a skill that I didn't have, and it was a problem for those I was working with, and we had to fill that particular stuff. So it is not something that you can just do alone. Tech is not something that you will always be doing alone, especially when you're working for companies. You need to have other soft skills. Learn good communication skills, teamwork, learn how to work in a team and all that. Then leadership and also adaptability. And most especially confidence. Confidence is a skill which so many people do not know about. Some people actually have the coding skill that they can code and all that. But when they go out to look for a job, they don't have the confidence to even speak about what they do. They don't have the confidence to get them that job. So confidence is a skill and you need to build on it. You need to develop it. You go out there, what will fetch you a job is your confidence. You can't go for an interview and be talking like someone who is afraid and then you will get that job. Sometimes before they even get to kind of test you if you can actually code or something, before they kind of give you a practical test, you have to pass the soft skill test. And if you don't have confidence and every other soft skill that you need, you may not even reach the practical test where you are going to showcase your expertise. So invest in your soft skills. All right. So talking about AI and other new technologies coming out and all that, you don't have to leave you don't have to leave your particular niche, the niche where you are in now, because of AI or every other emerging technologies. But you can leverage them in your current niche. Okay. So it's just like someone who is a technical writer. With the whole hype in AI and all that, you don't need to leave your job as a technical writer or leave everything you are doing as a technical writer, except you want to, you have the passion and you want to transition into another tech career. But you don't have to leave your work as a technical writer because of the AI hype and all that. But you can leverage AI as a technical writer. As a technical writer, you can become an AI technical writer. Because you have understood AI, you can actually use AI to leverage in your technical writing skill. Okay, so as a product designer, if you really want to go into artificial intelligence, you can become an AI product designer. These AI products, there are people who design it. And you cannot design it if you don't understand AI. So you actually get to study it and understand it and then become a product designer in that aspect. You can design AI products for companies and all that. You don't have to leave designing and go into coding because AI, you think AI is all about coding and all that. So these are ways that will help you in this ever-evolving tech space. Even as new tools are coming out, new things are coming out, make sure you upskill, learn new things, connect with people, build your personal brand. So this will help you to navigate. Okay. Then another way is to volunteer. Volunteer. I'm emphasizing on this because most people these days, they don't want to volunteer for anything. They feel like they want to, even as someone starting, you don't want to take internships, you're already applying for a job in US. You don't even want to start building yourself here locally. You don't want to actually enroll into internships and all that. You want a high paying job. You want something that will pay you so high. Please, that's a wrong motive. At this very start, you should also bring down yourself, volunteer for stuffs, volunteer for organizations. You can even volunteer to build your church website if you are a website developer. You can even volunteer to build your church website. Do you know that just from volunteering that way, you will get more opportunities? Yes, because you're trying to build your portfolio. And when you volunteer for stuff like this, it's adding to your portfolio. So this will help you so that when opportunities come out, you already have a lot built up in your portfolio that you can showcase. But when you are still waiting for that high paying job, which may not even come anytime soon, you are still where you are. Local opportunities are coming, they are asking for your portfolio, and you have nothing to show about it. So these are ways to build yourself in the ever evolving tech space. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ellen. I believe everyone can hear me. Ellen, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ellen. Thank you so much for an eye-opening journey, because you just took us through this ever-evolving world of tech career. Thank you for the enlightening presentation. So we're just going to move to Q&A session now, because I believe one or two people here have listened. Everyone has listened actually, or have questions for you. But before we move to that, you've answered most of my questions, but I would love to clarify on something concerning the ever-evolving tech space. There's been a lot of layoffs there, like, because the world, it's evolving, and they are picking up new people. So what do you think is the best way to deal with this and bounce back? Let's say they were laid off from their job work, and to catch up with it. I know you mentioned upskilling, you mentioned all of that. Aside that, to be able to stand out, what would you advise people in that space to?
All right, so one which I've already talked about is upskilling. And then the second one is making yourself unique in that part. Many people are doing this particular stuff, but you have to make yourself unique. You have to stand out in your own. So upskilling based on, let me use for example, the customer service now. This for example, UBA, they have a bot, right, on their bank app that some little questions you can just go there and ask the bot and it will answer you. You don't need a human being to answer those little questions. Now, if you're someone who is looking for a customer service job and the only thing you have to offer is just that little question that the bot can answer, that means you're likely not going to get it because the whole thing has upgraded. What you should be
Ellen, you are muted. We can't hear you again. Sorry, guys. Ellen, can you hear me? You're muted. We can't hear you.
okay. Sorry. Have I been rated all this while? Like,
Yes.
wow. So I've been talking to myself here.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. So for you to be able to stand, oh God. Okay, so I've already talked about upskilling, which I'm still going to emphasize on again. And the next thing is to stand out, be unique. So that's the only way to stand out when a lot of people are actually competing in a space. You have to be unique, you have to stand out. So, for example, um, let's use a customer service representative now. The UBA app, they have a bot, right? That you kind of chat and it replies you all these little questions. Now, if you're coming to apply for the role of a customer service rep in UBA, for example, now, and the only thing you have to offer is just replying to all those little questions, like the that the bot can do, then you're most likely not going to get it because that is something AI can handle. But if you're someone who can bring in your creativity now, this is where soft skill comes in. If you're someone who can bring in your creativity, you have the problem solving skills, your ability to think so fast, to solve a problem so fast, and all that, then you are likely to get that job. So it's not just going to be about answering the little question that the AI can actually answer, but your creativity matters. your uniqueness, the uniqueness you're bringing into the table and all that. There are people that a company cannot afford to lose. You know why? Because of the unique things they bring to the table, because these people are so creative. They have the problem solving mindset. Like when a problem comes like this, they have that creativity to profile a solution to that problem immediately. I know that. So do well to build on your creativity skill, your problem solving skill, and all that. So
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the answer, Ellie. Now it's the audience done. I believe we all have questions to ask Ellie. So I'm going to be inviting us to engage in a live Q&A session now. If you have questions that you can't ask maybe where you are, you can just drop it in chat. Or if you have any question you want to ask Ellie, you can just signify by raising your hand and you can ask Ellie. Anyone have questions? Okay, confidence enter. All right, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you very much. Hey Helen. I don't know if you remember me, but
hi.
Okay, so I have a few questions concerning getting a job, So I know a lot of persons will want to perhaps have multiple skills, right? Perhaps you're a product designer, some people may be a back-end engineer, some people may be a front-end engineer, and sometimes some people may be all of them, like front-end, back-end, and product designer. So, and most times they have different resumes concerning that. Now, I always see this thing about tailor your resume to the actual job description, right? Job responsibility or job role.
Yeah.
Now, I've always thought about it. How do a person tailor his experience? Because think about it. Let's say I'm a front-end developer. I know React, right? React and Redux, React and Redux or Next. And then I also have backend skills of Node, Python, and I have mobile skills of Flutter and React Native, right? Now, this job requires you to have an experience of building applications, scalable applications for using Flutter, Dart, Firebase, and the rest. Now, and then I have just one experience in building applications on Flutter and Dart. Now, how do I tell my experience, like my overall experience I've had with those front end, back end, to that particular job, the kind of responsibilities I did concerning that particular job,
Okay, this brought me back to one thing I failed to address. Sometimes people use this phrase "jack of all trades." They use it wrongly. They feel like you should just learn one skill, be in one place. Okay, that's fine. Just listen to what I have to say. That is fine, but you shouldn't just have one skill. Okay. So for example, you are someone who is using who is a front-end developer. You use React very well. Don't say because you're using React, you're not going to look at Express.js, you're not going to look at Angular because you want to be doing React and all that. But the thing here is, before you can be able to look at the other directions, make sure you have an expertise. Make sure there is a place where your strength lies, exactly. So for example, you're learning React, you learn it and learn it very, very well. Build projects with it. Then you can explore other parts, explore Angular. Don't just stay static there. You're not moving. As time goes on, JS is bringing more framework, and you need to learn about these frameworks. Jobs are coming out. And in the description, you'll be seeing you need to know React, you need to know this one, you need to know this one. So they are not expecting you to kind of just have a full knowledge of all these things, but at least have little experiences with them. Just know a little about them, know some things about them. I can count how many programming languages I will tell you that I know and I've done. But the good thing is that each of these languages, I will build a significant project with them. I will make sure I learn it very well, not just touching it and then I will not even know anything about it. I will run away and go to the other aspects. But if you ask me now, Helen, which one are you into? I will tell you the one I'm into. But I have the knowledge of every other ones. This will also help me because when talking to people, if I don't have that experience, I won't even know what to say to them. But when I already have that experience, I can talk to them. When I have that learning ability, the ability to learn about various other things, I will know what to speak to them about. So tailoring your job to a particular, tailoring your resume to a particular job, you may have many other skills. But trust me, sometimes you are applying for a particular job and you have many skills stated in your CV, many skills that don't even concern that particular job. For example, I see a data analysis role, like a role for a data analyst, and I want to apply for that role. I know many programming languages. So I know C#, I know Java. I'm into IoT. I know C++. I can do Arduino. Submitting my CV like that as all these big things doesn't make any sense. But I have to tailor my resume to that particular job of a data analyst. The only thing I need to highlight is just the skills I have based on what they want. The skills and experiences I have based on the data analysis. I'll tell you, okay, I know SQL. Okay, so I'll tell you, I know SQL, I know Python, I know R, this, and I can also work with Java. I'm listing Java now because sometimes as a data engineer, you need Java to be able to build the data platform. So that's why I'm kind of putting Java there because I have more advantage as someone who knows Java in that job more than others. But I shouldn't go and be putting my IoT skill there because what does IoT have to do with data analysis? What does various other skills that I have to do with data analysis? So you have to tailor your resume based on the job you're applying for, the things related to that job, the advantage you think you have over every other person applying for that job. I don't know if I answered that.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Now, since you can be a jack of all trade, yeah, you can, but you need to understand to a solid extent each of these programming languages.
Now, you need to be a master of one, a pure master of one.
Okay, great. Now, the question is, what if these companies now, when they ask you about these things to tell your resume, and then what if they require experience concerning them? Doesn't mean you need to have experience in most of these programming languages, because to have experience in each of them may not be so easy like that. To have experience in Java, Python, you've worked in different companies concerning that. The question is, how would you, get experience in perhaps Flutter, stuff like that, and you just have an experience on it. You just have knowledge
now,
on it.
Okay, now there is something you're missing, the word experience. You're missing the meaning. Experience doesn't mean that you are actually going to have seriously worked full-time in a company, in a particular job for you to have that experience. So that's why I said when you're learning all these things, make sure you kind of build experiences on them. How? You can build like serious projects on them. You can build serious projects. Volunteer to handle little tasks in companies based on this particular language you're learning. So, for example, after learning Java, if someone asks you now, what experience, like, what do you have to show that you learned Java? If you don't have any serious project that you built with Java, or any serious thing you will say you did with Java, then obviously, how am I going to know you actually learned Java? In order. So as you are kind of learning all these things, make sure you build projects with it. Do um make sure you gain experience, even if it's just building projects with it, which you can show. As you don't know, all these projects you're building is part of your experience, because even you, while building them, you know the things you had to learn through building them. That's why you need experience. Even while building these projects, you know the kind of things you will learn just by building them. So, for example, when I was in school, after learning front end development, I thank God for my school, because after each semester, they are going to give you a serious project that you're going to do, and you're going to work in a team and all that. After learning front end, they gave us a project which was to build an e-commerce site for schools to buy school uniform. So it's a serious project that you will be scored and all that. So um I was in a team and we kind of built it together. It was already an experience for me. It was already an experience for me. So even though it's not like me working in a company, and then it's not something that is hosted, but that was one of the things that helped me to get my first job. I took my laptop there. I told them that I have experience in this. Okay. The second project we handled in school was kind of a website where people can come and buy courses. It was another huge experience for me. When I went to get my first job, the CEO was like, "Can you integrate payment gateway?" I said, "Yes, I can." And I've already done that before in my school project. I had to show the man. I said, "This is it. I can do it." And it was part of my experience. So assuming I don't pay attention to building project, doing anything, I'm just reading and practicing, thinking I'm doing anything, I have nothing to show for it, then it's not going to make any sense. I don't know if you got that.
Yeah. So the thing is, working in a company doesn't only define your experience. It's your project that
Exactly.
also defines your experience.
Exactly. So working in a company doesn't only define your experience. Give yourself projects to do. Work in a team, kind of build a team around you, work on something with them.
Okay.
That's also part of your experience. Yeah, that's also part of your experience. You can even decide to volunteer for a company, kind of do a little, just like what I said about building a church website now. You can just talk to your church, say, I want to build your post website and all that. And you will build it. It's part of your experience already. The church did not give you a full-time job, but that project you built for them is already part of your experience. You can put it in your portfolio. I built this, and all that.
Thank you, Ellen. Confidence, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. Thank you for the answers. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay,
All right,
Abib,
thank you.
you were raising your hand the other time. Do you still want to ask your question? And does any other person have question for Ellen? Any question before we wrap up? Okay, I think we are going to wrap up now. Thank you so much, Ellen, for joining. And confidence about what you mentioned, tailoring your resume. I'm going to talk on that, tailoring your resume to the job. I don't know if you've heard or seen anything about Prodex AI. We have features that help you with that. We have the resume analyzer. We have the one that can prepare you for your interview, the interview prep. You have the job application, so you don't have to go through the stress of applying yourself during the application. Our AI would also fill your information and also create a personalized cover letter for you. That too matters, because when you're applying and you're using a generic cover letter for for application doesn't work that way too. So I believe that too matters. We have that, and we also have the job search automation. That one, you get job from different job boards in a place where you can apply from one platform rather than doing the stress of going through searching. The AI will do that for you. So you might want to check that out. You can message me after the call, and I'm going to walk you through if you will love that.
Sure, we do.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much. So any more questions before we wrap up? Okay, then we're going to just wrap up then. So thank you so much, Eileen, for sharing your insight with us today. We really appreciate it. Your expertise has truly been invaluable, and you've actually enlightened us. So I'm sure everyone here is leaving with one or two from your wealth of knowledge. So to everyone that joined today, okay, Inawo Moses. Okay, now he can ask. Unmute and yeah.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Moses.
Okay.
So that's been a really nice experience. Actually, I've learned a lot in the short time. So my question is okay now. I want to say I'm still new in the field because I already have like 2 years experience working as a front end and also as a full stack. So I started as a front end. I was doing React initially, then I dived into React Native and Express.js. So my question is, now when it comes to years of experience, now most times you see a job where they put like you must have so number of experience, like so number of years of experience in this field, and like as a front end, let's say 5 years experience, and you're not really up to that, and so most times I still do apply because I just feel it's based on what you can actually do. So my question is, so how do we, because like let's say new buyers like us that have not really been that long in the field, like 5 years or more and thereabout. How do we because this is the competition out there kind of high. So how do you like cope? How do you cope?
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you.
Okay. So most times it's not actually the number of years of experience that you have. Some people actually define a senior developer based on have that number of years. For example, I who entered or who started my tech journey like maybe 7 years ago. Okay, let me say I started my tech journey in 2015, for example, and 2 years for 2 years I didn't even do anything tech, and later I came back. I've not even been consistent and all that. But in 2024, I have 9 years of experience. I've been in the tech world for 9 years. I may have not even been consistent, but someone who has been in the tech field for like 4 years, and the person has been so consistent, learning, building him or herself, and doing amazing. That doesn't mean that you that have that 9 years of experience is a senior developer. Because the things, okay, if we are to give you the things now that a senior developer should be able to do, you may not even be able to do it with the number of years you think you have. But that person who has been so consistent can be able to do it. So the thing is just focus on building your skills, focus on building yourself, be consistent. Make sure you kind of work towards gaining experiences. Don't give a break in your field. There's a kind of break, I mean, not that kind of break of just resting for some time, but that kind of long break. So just follow it back to back, be consistent and all that. Then for works like that, you can actually apply. And though I've kind of encountered a company that, yeah, they said they needed 7 years of experience, and okay, I felt like I can do this. what I am not really counting the years of experience. When they interview me, they will actually know what I can do. But then immediately they start the interview, they were like, Ellen, how are you? When did you start tech? And I told them when I started, they said, no, we want someone with 7 years of experience. I said, you can actually interview me. I can do this. They said, no, we want 7 years of experience. That was how they cut the interview. They don't want to go further because I don't have, I did not start my tech journey 7 years ago like they wanted me to. Okay. So, but you should keep on learning more. You just keep learning more. At least even when you apply for jobs like this, during the interview, you can show what you can do. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. I think we have one question from Abib in chat. It said, in your personal opinion, what is the most important tech skill to have in the industry?
Based on all I've said, there's nothing like most important tech skill to have in the industry. I can tell you, Habib, the most important tech skill to have is machine learning. And you will go and kill yourself. You will never still learn machine learning. Because that's not where you should be. That's not your path. So you have to kind of understand yourself and understand yourself. So if you're talking about receiving advice based on the tech skill that is actually selling right now, you all know that AI. You all know the views about AI and all that. So if you can do it, you can actually consider taking a role under AI, something like data analyst, data science, and also cybersecurity is selling so well because AI is dealing with data, right? And we need ways to protect that data. We need ways to be able to protect the internet from frauds. So cybersecurity is doing so well too. And as AI is rising, cybersecurity will also be rising a lot. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that, Ellen. Thank you so much for that. So I think that's the last question. And we're going to be ending today's session with that. Thank you so much, Ellen, again for the enlightening session. And okay, and I believe we've all learned something, one or two from it. And we're going to be going off now, as I've mentioned. And until next time, everyone, thank you so much again for joining. Let's stay inspired and work on everything we've learned and be able to connect with one another. That's what the community is there for. Let's connect with people, let's collaborate, work on things, showcase something that can help build your portfolio. Until next time, thank you all for joining, and I hope we all enjoyed the rest of our evening. Thank you so much, Ellie. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
So much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.